Welcome to class. Today's class will help you release tension and create more freedom in your hips. You'll need a foam roller and a loop band for today's class. So let's begin with some foam rolling for your quads. You're just going to face the mat, place the roller down, and then lower your hips down onto it. So you're rolling from your hips down to your knees, and you just want to allow the fronts of your legs to relax as much as you can as you roll the roller up and down. So just moving slowly, focusing in on any areas that feel particularly tight. And if you find one of those, you can bend and straighten your legs a few times just to really encourage those muscles to let go. And if you are tight, then unfortunately it might hurt a little. So just do your best, taking breaks if you need to. So now we're going to come and take a seat on the roller so we can roll out our glutes. You're just going to cross your left ankle to the outside of your right knee and then tip over onto your left glute to give it a release. So you can roll up and down, you can go side to side. You just want to allow your left leg to be as relaxed as possible as you control the movement with your right leg, and just again focus in on any areas of tightness. Okay, great. Let's go to the other side now. Same thing. Take a seat on the roller, cross your right ankle to the outside of your left knee, tip over, and then just rolling up and down, side to side. So letting your right leg feel as relaxed as possible and controlling the movement with your left leg. Great. So from here we're going to come and kneel on all fours. So place the roller to one side and just make sure that your hands are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. And then we're going to do a rocking motion, so sending your hips back towards your heels and forward. And what you want to think about here is keeping your pelvis neutral. So as you rock your hips backwards, don't allow your low back to round. If anything, you want to feel like you're arching your low back a little. And in this series that we're doing now, what we're doing is just rocking the pelvis over the head of your femur bone, your thigh bone. And sometimes that can really be beneficial in waking up the deep hip muscles. Now we're extending the right leg back and continuing with that movement. So pressing the heel down towards the floor and up. So you may get a little stretch through the right calf, but at the same time you're rocking your pelvis over the head of your left femur bone. And then you're going to rotate your left foot to the left. So the femur bone is now internally rotated. So we're just taking it into a different angle and continue with that movement, pressing your right heel back and forward. Then we go the other way, externally rotating your femur bone. So you've brought your left foot all the way across the mat and you're continuing with that motion, just pressing back into the right heel, moving the pelvis over the femur bone. And on the last one, let's just hold that for a gentle stretch. Good. So now we switch legs, extending your left leg back now and just pressing back into the left heel, getting a stretch through the left calf and moving your pelvis over your right femur bone. And then we're moving the right foot to the right and continue pressing back into the heel. So now your right leg is internally rotated. And then we go the other way. You can use your left knee to nudge your foot forward. So now you're in an externally rotated position and just pressing back into the left heel. And then on the next one, we can hold it. You can think of sending your hips a little to the right and back and just holding that stretch. Good work. So from here, we're going to pick up your right knee and bring it in towards your chest, lift it up to the side, back behind you and down. So you're drawing a nice big circle with your knee as you keep your pelvis as still as you can. So these are really good exercises for working those deep muscles and also working the joint through its full range of motion. Okay, we're going to reverse now, so we go back, side, forward and down. Nice and smooth, and just taking it into a big range as you possibly can, as long as you don't lose your position of your pelvis or feel any discomfort. Okay, we're going to switch legs, so bring the left knee in to the side, back, around and down. So these big circular movements take the hip joint through its full range of motion, which is really important for keeping the hips healthy and lubricated. And then let's go back the other way. Good work. So coming up to kneeling now, we'll do a hip stretch. And what we're going to do is just step the left leg forward, lunge forward gently, reach your right arm up and side bend a little to the left. And then from there, we're going to rock back to go into a hamstring stretch. So place your hands down and send your nose down towards your knee. So we're just alternating these two movements. We're going to do them 3 times, 3 of each. So lunging forward into a hip stretch, side bending to the left, and then reaching down to the mat, hamstring stretch. And again coming forward, reaching the arm up, side bending to the left, lovely stretch. And then back down, hands to the mat, nose towards your knee. Good work. So let's switch legs. Now stepping forward with your right leg, left arm up to the sky, side bend to your right, gentle stretch into the left hip, and then hands to the mat, nose towards your knee, gentle hamstring stretch. And alternating between those two movements, really lengthen up with that left arm as you side bend, and then stretch the back of your right leg as you come forward. And one more of each, reaching up, side bending, and then coming down, hamstring stretch.